Assembly Member Tangipa, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This measure before us is neither bold nor principled. It is in plain terms a blatant attack on the most transparent process our state has ever had for drawing congressional districts. It undermines what has become the gold standard for the nation, the independent Citizens Redistricting Commission. The commission was created to restore fairness, to ensure representation in California is not based on which party controls the government, but on principles of independence, transparency, and community. And it worked. Californians can look at their districts today and they know that they were not manipulated for partisan advantage. And now, in just 4 days, with 2 rushed committee hearings and almost no opportunity for real public comment, we are on the verge of throwing all of that away. Let me remind this body, during committee hearings, one of our colleagues brazenly admitted that this entire thing was about partisan gerrymandering. Admitted. Partisan politics. This was a direct response to the question about protecting voters and underserved communities. Not a word about fairness, not a word about transparency, an open admission to partisan gain. So how can we stand in this chamber and criticize Texas, Florida, or other states for gerrymandering when we've joined them in the same practice? How can we demand fairness in the courts or before Congress when we're willing to sacrifice it here at home? We have lost all credibility. Let's not forget, this is not free. We are wasting money and resources on an election that is unnecessary and unwanted. Every dollar spent on this political stunt is a dollar not spent on addressing the cost of living crisis or wildfires, not spending on improving our schools, not spent on keeping our communities safe, and not spent on expanding healthcare access. Californians never asked for this election. What they did ask for was to fully fund Prop 36, which this legislature failed to do. What they asked for was for us not to ration Medi-Cal because Californians and families are dying. Dying. We were told at the start of this session that our priority was addressing cost of living. Yet I haven't seen any bills rushed through 4 days to lower utility rates, to make housing more affordable, to bring down our food prices. But when it comes to the bills that serve political ambition, suddenly 4 days is plenty of time. Suddenly co-authoring bills without even reading them is no problem. This isn't just bad policy. It flies in the face of established fact. Study after study shows gerrymandering reduces federal dollars coming to our communities, depresses voter turnouts, disenfranchises us, and even leads to lower wages. None of that helps Californians who are already stretching every single penny thin. None of it helps to cover rent, grocery, gas. None of that helps the families that are deciding whether to pay for medicine or if they can afford their utility rates or if they can make an insurance payment or if they can afford to even buy a house for the next generation. None of it. These facts again highlight my concerns with our spending problem and leveraging the future. $10 to $30 billion structural deficit is what we were told with the LAO and the Department of Finance. That is year over year, all the way to 2028. If we don't stop this reckless spending on measures like this, we're going to drain what's left of our rainy day fund, and we're going to have to make significant cuts for Californians. And you are saying for partisan gain, it is worth it for families that are dying. To me, the message from the majority party is clear. Principles and independence only matter when it's politically convenient, and Californians can do worse better.
30 seconds.
Shameful. The level of Trump derangement syndrome in this party is debilitating our ability to govern properly. It is being claimed that the reason for this bill is to combat authoritarianism before redistricting, before the big beautiful bill, before any cuts were implemented. It was this legislature that stripped the minority of the committees because they spoke out in opposition. It was this legislature that restricted our time. The real authoritarian problem is in the mirror. The whataboutism can
Thank
go
you,
forever.
Assemblymember
Illinois
Tangipa.
and everywhere else.
Thank
but
you,
it's
Assemblymember
unfortunate that the
Tangipa.
youngest member of this committee